You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Snakewood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loke. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. It sure is a blessing to be back in this black box as we blow us this session on my mama. The constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. Those are the 7 C's as we navigate these. I am the captain of the Get Down, SPI Easty, a.k.a. VJ Keyway, Mr. 1597 himself. Now to the Keyways listening. I am not looking out for these Damu documentaries intentionally. I subscribe to these channels that do them, and the ones that keep coming up through my feed is about the red rags. As the Keyways start popping up, I'm going to do them, just like the one with Snoop Dogg. But with no further ado, this one is about, let's see what the title is. We already did the one on Baby B Brazy and how he called his cases. And this one is Baby B Brazy's cellmate called a body. The story of GB from Miller Gangster Blood. So with no further ado, let's see what Baby B Brazy Celly has been up to. Oh, my mama.
Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. After doing the Baby B Brazy story, I got a lot of requests to do a cellmate GB from Miller Gangster Bloods, so that's what we're going to get into. Now, GB is from the Miller.
It's crazy because I had 3 different family members that stayed on 118th, BC Switch on Avalon. One of them just passed at the age of 95 last month. I was a pallbearer in her funeral, my auntie Jackie. But right across the street was her mother's house, my aunt Pet. And those are my family members on my mother's side. But then down the street going toward Central, my father's 2 sisters bought a house. One of them is rest in peace, my aunt Edna. But my Aunt Lois is still alive. That's my cousin D Slim from Swan. That's his mama. He stayed on 118 when we was young. And then my cousin Ronnie Rico, he was from Millis. He stayed over there. My mama, I know something about that area quite a bit. Facts.
Miller Gangster Bloods, a gang history that dates back to the 70s. The gang was started on 120th Street in the Dory Miller Manor apartments between Central, which is in close proximity to other blood gangs that were formed around the same time, like the Acton Park Bloods.
Somebody let me know, is that them white apartments, like if you going down Central toward the 105, leaving Compton, is that, and you finna make a left, like, off into the Millers, is that them white apartments on the right that he describing? I think so. Or is that them apartments, like, by that county building right there on the corner? The ones behind that before you go off up in there? I ain't sure.
Both gangs will form a close alliance, which many people today even consider them the same gang, which they would call themselves AMGB, which stands for Anthem Miller Gangster Bloods. The Millers and the Acton Parks are close, so of course they would have the same rivals, and the majority being Crips like the Kitchen Crips and the East Coast Crips, and the beef with the Kitchens led to GB's current incarceration. GB was a well-known member of the Miller Gangster Bloods. From 2009 to 2016, GB had convictions for felony vehicle theft, possession of a firearm by a felon, second-degree robbery, forgery, misdemeanor driving without a license, and possession of controlled substance. He received multiple state prison bids for this. In December of 2015, GB, who was identifying himself as King Miller, sent a text on Instagram indicating that the Kitchen Crip members were armed with guns and driving around the territory looking for Miller Gangster Bloods. GB said he was about to go get a gun. That same day, GB texted another member of his gang who was identified as a man named Rock Solid. GB told him that people were driving around with guns and confronting people in the area. GB then texted that he was on his way and was going to see if he could get a gun. 2 men named AM and Ian were on a patio.
I'm going to say this every time it strikes my mind. Where do they get these details from? This is in the police report. So somebody told the police all this. This is creepy. On my mama, and my daddy, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, auntie. Shh.
East 120th Street. The patio was near an alley. The patio was enclosed and had a gate. The location was in between the Kitchen Crips and the Miller Gangster Bloods territory. The alley contained Kitchen Crips hit-ups. A car stopped in the alley, and an older man known as Poppy and some young man exited the car. Poppy told the young man to tag the walls up, which they did. Rock Solid DM'd GB on Instagram and said they keep coming out the alley. There was an alley in the 800 and 900 blocks of East 120th Street. Rock Solid later texted GB and said his evil bitch ass and Poppy. GB texted that he was coming with a gun, and he asked if there was a car around so they can do a mission, but he said they would not shoot out the car. Surveillance video from the apartment building on East 120th Street showed video of two armed men walking northbound through the alley, and one of the men who detectives later identified was GB. GB supposedly wore a sweatshirt with the letters TKE and a tan cargo shorts and Puma classic shoes. The two men walked in the direction of the patio where Ian was sitting. Additional surveillance video from East 120th Street showed Rock Solid walk westbound towards the patio. GB walked westbound, then northbound between two cars. At that point, GB looked to his right, revealing more of his face on the camera. After GB walked northbound between the cars, he joined Rock Solid. GB and Rock Solid approached the patio, where AM and Ian were near the kitchen crib hit-ups. AM later said that he and Ian were sitting on the patio talking. Ian stopped talking and stood and walked towards the patio gate. Then he was shot in the head. Surveillance video showed that Rock Solid raised his arm as if he was firing a gun. At that point, GB goes low and appeared to reach his arm around. Both 9 and 4.5 shell casings were found at the scene. GB and Rock Solid fled after the shooting, and a surveillance video depicted someone wearing a burgundy sweater running back towards the camera. The person's face was not visible. This led to police searching through the...
I wonder where Nikki at, because I think the homie Scrappy ended up having a baby by her. But before that, my brother Slick used to have a bad female on 118 named Nikki. High school days. We was young. I remember he used to like pull up her, she had some big old titty, and he used to like be back in the backyard with her. I'm his little brother, and he used to like pull up her titty and show it to me. She used to do the cheerleader. She was bad. She was the first female I used to see. Used to make popcorn and melt marshmallows on it. I mean, used to go in their house. They used to have a whole wall full of VHS tapes. That was like balling back then. Like they had a million movies, just a game of them motherfuckers. Where you at, Nikki? She got to be in her 50s now, though, y'all. But that she was bad. Anybody know about 118th in the 90s? Nikki right there before. As soon as you come off Central, make that left on the 118th where it curved, she just stay right on the right side. Bam. Nikki was bad.
Miller's and Acton Park Bloods videos, which GB was seen in. Detectives began investigating the shooting. That led to detectives discovering GB's account, where he had the same sweatshirt and shoes on in pictures that allegedly he did in the shooting. Surveillance video showed 2 photographs depicting GB carrying a gun and walking in the alley. Another showed GB walking and putting a gun under his sweater. Police started watching and observing GB for months, which they watched him hang out with several blood members. This led to them being certain that he was one of the shooters. On April 28, 2016, police arrested GB. They searched a 1-bedroom apartment where he lived. The police found a sweatshirt that bore the letters TKE and also the tan cargos. The sweatshirt and the shorts were said to be the ones that were in the shooting. When interviewing GB, he told the police he heard about the shooting on 120th. He also admitted that he always was in the area. GB initially stated that he did not know whether he was...
Why you didn't get rid of the gear, Brody? Damn. That remind me of these people, they had a hit a lick with some Bentleys and shit out on a campsite. And they had a reported and had videotape of a bear going up in their cars, tearing up the car and all that. I think they passed for like between 200 and 400 on some 6 figures because they had these high-end cars, Bentleys and Range Rovers. And this bear was seen going in there, breaking in the car, ripping it up. They got their check, but they continued investigating the fraud department. And it was determined by watching the video closer, they figured in their mind that ain't no real bear. That's a human in a suit. So they went weeks, months later, raided these people's house who had got clean away with this money and found the bear suit in their house. Oh, my mama. That's what this remind me of. Facts. Look it up. That's a recent story. It just happened like a few months ago.
In the area before Ian was shot. GB later acknowledged that he was in the area at the time because he had gone to visit family. GB also said he did not think he had a red sweatshirt on, but when detectives told GB that police saw him walking and wearing a red or burgundy sweatshirt with the letters TKE, GB then replied, "Obviously if I did, I guess I had it on." GB denied owning Pumas. He acknowledged that he formerly owned a pair from December to April. He said he got rid of them because they wore out. He also told detectives he knew of Ian and that he didn't think he was a gang member. At GB's trial, everything would come down to his clothing and the surveillance videos around the shooting. Some of the angles were not clear and didn't show GB's face clearly. But the clothing worn in the shooting being found in an apartment that he lived in, and his messages were rock solid, put him to the crime. At trial, detectives went on about GB's gang affiliation with the Miller Gangster Bloods, and also brought up videos and rap lyrics. This would lead to GB being sentenced to 75 years to life. GB has been in prison since 2017 and is now 33 in Kern Valley State Prison. Just a few months ago, he started to pop up on Baby B Brazy's YouTube.
Kern, that's Delano. Huh? I've been at Delano reception a couple of times. That's crazy because the times I was there was years apart, but both times I had to get a tooth extracted. I remember sleeping in that dorm, waking up in the middle of the night. I was so glad it was a black older police lady too, because I kept begging her for the. She kept giving me Tylenol. She wasn't supposed to, but they snatched it out. One on each side, bro. My mama. The first time, horrible experience. It hurt. Second time, it was like, he just wiggled that thing out smooth on my mama. Delano. I think that's Delano.
Channel for behind bars called the Who's Who's. That channel went viral and has been making noise all over the YouTube world. And just like Baby B Brazy, GB would tell his stories and would face a lot of controversy. And some people will have issues with GB's stories, like Inglewood family member Munchie B.
Niggas over here, little E-Mac and my boy, they over here getting into it. And my boy over here getting into it with Lady Brim. She in the middle of both of them. They get to pushing each other on one arm. Let's go squad. We'll do with that. So they getting into it. Boom, boom, boom. So while they getting into it, out the corner of my eye, I see my boy Max Sauce pimping, getting into it with Lady Brim. Getting into it with Lady Brim, and you know pimping ain't doing too much talking with some homegirls and not. So Max Sauce put her down with the hand. Pow! I repeat, with the pow! Stop playing, you got the homies getting into it up here. Max Sauce slapped Lady Brim down when we tried to step up for his homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Man, my boy named Bisco. Families. I am.
Bisco.
You know what I'm saying? Step up for Lady Brim, Max Sauce, put him down. I said he 2 for 2 tonight. It was, the homies from Inglewood was out there kind of deep, and you had the Anthony Miller Lanes out there. It was looking crazy. Like, man, like, what's finna happen? You smacked both of them down. They both got up like that, like old boy on Friday, Red Daddy, when he got knocked out by Devo. He said, you want something to this, old man? No. They all got in the car and got up off of the Pedro, off the Avalon, all this shit, they go.
Shout out Hoes, go like and subscribe to them. But it's one, let me see, it's been 1, 2, I think it's been 2 stories about one of my homies from my community. Now this is number 3. I ain't say nothing about 1 and 2. I just ain't jumping out the window for anything, but when I know something completely is outlandish, I gotta say something. Lil Mad, you say you was standing next to Lil Mad, said that didn't happen. Without even asking him, I knew that didn't happen, right? The homie Big Bisco is not.
Shout out J Hood, who agreed 50 and no was an exaggeration. Just had to say that.
Getting slapped, hitting the pavement, getting up, getting in the car and driving off. Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen. It wasn't even Baby Brim. Her name ain't Lady Brim, it's Baby Brim. It wasn't even her. It was Lady 7 that got slapped. They get to squabbling. The homies from Lanes hop in on the homie Fat Boy. And that's what that was. Some more B-team, intoxicated shenanigans. And the next week, everything was peachy and back cool. Who's losing credibility, bro? Hey, MB. What? No, MB. GB3. Didn't you told a story about old boy from Carver? That was incorrect. You have to take it down. Hey, look, GB, stay on your bunk, bro. No more stories for you, bro. You on too, bro. You down bad. Y'all need to take this down, bro, because it's false. You know what I'm saying? And Baby Brim didn't get touched at all. Free her. You know what I'm saying? The homie Big Bisco. What are you talking about, bro? And that's what I'm saying. If your memory fuzzy with these stories, don't tell it. Wait till you collect all the facts, bro. I hollered at Lil Mad. He said that didn't happen.
Now, GB's earliest parole date is 2051. Like most men behind bars, he's hoping to get an appeal soon. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, Check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
SPI exclusive.
This is J.P. Bangs Music.
Black Box Productions.
When you're sticking to the script, it's a lonely road. Before they left the hole and tank the big homie told. He know the way this testimony hold. On that low 4, they gon' politic on him cold. SPI Bank EC for really though. Used to really go, ask my nigga Chili Mo. Had a cold gun game, crazy knuckle up. Bust on enemies with baby double up. Back and forth with the main streets on 98. Q9 Cell, me and Lil Johnny Ray. Posted up on Colton with a big ratchet. Way before Lil Wayne threw on that snitch jacket. Walked the yard with Slim Bad, what up Big Drac? Gave them back they L cuz you did that. Love my lokes even if we don't interact. Lil Mont, Baby Psych and Lil Black. EC. 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 EC.
SPI exclusive.
97th Street, smack dead in the Middle East. Fuck the police for King Ron and Lil Reese. Tell the truth, SP3 never lack rhymes. Sometimes feel I might die behind my rap lines. We ain't in Malibu now, we in Maui. Baby Pie, EC, Bear, me and Wowie. Tico, Kiko, EC Red. Still can't believe Frankie and CC dead. Come to putting in work. Did more than a little dirt. Airbrush shirt. Big Milk, Lil Merc, Lil Box, Baby Ant, both souls, all the coops. First Street to 24 when we call the troops. Lost a legend when we buried Bug. Coach love to the riders that carry cuz, never seen it coming. Was a little foul, still took heart though, my hat off to Lil Owl. EC. 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 EC.
Baymax Business.
EC. Big Spider and Lil Spider both got an Ezel. Tiny Spider got 19, rest in peace, Ezel. Shouts to the females representing EC. The brownies to the quotas, rest in peace, TT. Big Tommy's son on the Cellmate that stay pops. Me and mine never bow down to J-Box. And that's the coldest cripper nigga ever met. Coldest cripper ever heard about, better yet. 33rd Neverary, only time a nigga ran. On the land, go ask my nigga Ran. ECG unit, came up a little short. Got told on by that nigga Lil Show. Went on TV, the homies did BT Ugly. Got love for Infinite and Lil EC Buzzy. For death though, that mean to my dying day. EC, that's all I've been trying to say. EC. 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 EC.
Black Box Production.
EC.
Nigga that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low.
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Bud, C-Mac, shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, cuz. Nate Bud, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!